Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eli. Welcome to the EE PowerTalk.
My name is Elvis. Welcome to the EE PowerTalk.
Episode 5, here we are.
Uh-huh.
It has been a good time.
Very good time, man.
How is the weather?
The weather is weathering.
Yes.
It is working well.
Yeah.
We have been bonging for some time now.
Yeah, we have bonged, really.
And I think it's bonging sense. Anyway, thanks for 600 subscribers already.
Yeah, within a week.
Yeah,
4 episodes in, episode 2 is really eating.
yes.
It's really eating. And thank you everyone for the support. Support.
Hey.
Hey, thank you very much for the support.
You're actually destroying the English.
Butchering
You're
it.
butchering it, man.
Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate. In this episode, we want to talk about personal branding.
Personal branding.
And it's something that we have taken time to analyze, because it's one thing to be known, it's another thing to be a brand.
Of course.
Being known, and this, it's something that arose from one of our episodes, I think episode 3, when we were talking about being known but not being really respected in a manner that you can be given endorsements and all that.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a brand that you identify with. Maybe to start with, maybe what's your understanding of personal branding?
Personal branding. Personal branding is how you basically, to me, to the English that is there.
Correct.
How you brand yourself online. What people see of a particular person online. This person has this and this Instagram account, akona LinkedIn. What is it that they do there? What is it that they post there?
Yeah.
Is it meaningful? Is it good stuff? Ama ni kazi mbovu?
Correct.
Personal branding is also something like saying that we all have, tukona ile, like we have you as a personality. But now you also have a personality that people can access digitally.
Correct.
According to me, it's basically your digital persona.
I think I will love maybe to expound on and add on what you've just said, because
Add more sugar in it.
because yes, it's the persona or what people know you for. Beyond now you having numbers and all that, what specifically do people know you for? When Elvis is named, or when Daddy Blessing is named, what comes straight from your mind? And maybe in my own understanding, or in this journey of trying to create my own brand, I want to be distinct. Like when people mention Daddy Blessing, they know we're going to talk about film, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, and we're going to talk about personal growth. Like those are the things that make Daddy Blessing who he is. Those are the things that he talks about. So anytime you see him associating with other things, automatically you will know that this guy is going off brand, because that is not what we know him for. So basically what I know a brand is, maybe to start with, is the overall perception that people have of you, or whatever it is that you do.
Of course. And by the way, one of the things people have to know is that personal brands are the future.
Correct.
In fact, like right now, if we were to apply a job, to say you're a video editor, I'm a video editor, you realize that most companies, before they even come to you, they'll first check, what does this person post online? Yes, you're a video editor, but if we check your LinkedIn, if we check your TikTok, where unaongeanga tu stories za warembo, then there is Daddy Blessing who talks about video editing.
Yes.
Anaonyesha events. I have done this particular event.
Yeah.
You can even have classes on video editing. So ideally, it helps you be known for something. You're actually an authority in a specific field. And one of the things people don't know is that if you build a good personal brand, it gives you better opportunity to actually be out there, to work, to freelance, or even to get gigs. Unapata mse, someone, people don't really want to take in the aspect of growing a personal brand. A personal brand basically will encompass various social media platforms. And you're very consistent. I never knew, like, I'll give you my story. When I was starting as a web designer, we used to rely on Gigi. Unajua Gigi?
Yeah.
Gigi, that is where we used to rely on. That is what we used to use when we are actually shooting videos.
Yes.
When we are doing websites and the rest. And ulikuwa una post ad hapo, and it's going to get promoted in the platform. Then you get your clients.
Yes.
But over time I realized you don't own this platform.
Yeah.
So if it closed,
Yeah.
you're done.
You're done.
Because now people people don't know you now.
Mm.
So I decided, let me start with creating TikTok videos. And I started by saying this is what you need for our website. This is basically the process of creating a website.
Sure.
And from there I used to get like a gig. So I realized, this is interesting. Let me continue talking about that.
Yeah.
Up to date, if you went and searched on graphic design and web design on TikTok, you will not miss one of my videos. Now unaona story kama pia skills. If someone is talking about skills in Kenya, I'm among the top people talking about skills.
Very true.
So I'm also known for something like that.
Yeah.
So ideally, I think we all have to think about building personal brands that we can monetize.
Yes.
Personal brands that can actually help you even get better opportunities and get jobs.
Yeah. Just to maybe add on what you've just said, when you started now creating your videos and saying this is what I do, it's a show of how you have manipulated the online system to present yourself and to stand out. And this brings us to now how we can leverage please, error and errors sometimes they
tumetoka mlima.
Absolutely, na tunaguza mlima.
Yes.
So now to leverage on the existing platforms to put out your work out there. One of the things that I have taken advantage of is the fact that these platforms allows you to be authentic. They allow you to bring that aspect of adding a personal touch to each and everything that you do. And that adding that personal touch is what defines the overall perception of the people the overall perception that people have of you.
Exactly.
Adding that personal touch, like we have defined what a brand is the overall perception. Adding a personal touch is what seals it. So now how can we leverage on the existing platforms to make sure that we are standing out as us and not necessarily being compared to other people and not being told you're copying this person or you have seen this concept somewhere.
Exactly.
So how specifically, before we get into other things, do you take advantage of the existing platforms?
Taking advantage of the existing platforms. Let me tell you one thing. For me, I run my business entirely under my personal brand. Bro, I got a gig ya kutengeneza website and I was paid 100,000 just by being on TikTok. So first I was like, hey, okay, you don't even need an office. You don't even need advertising costs. You don't even need to take out brochures, material, sijui ende product at the activations. You just need to be having a consistent message on social media and on your personal brand. I have taken advantage of this, and first of all, build a good following.
Correct.
Be known for something. After you're known for something, make people trust you. The moment people trust and believe in you, they are ready to pay any amount of money that you charge. I've worked with brands. Hadi najiuliza, juzi kuna brand ilini approach. And I was like, excuse me, why did you come to me? Because those are brands you thought that you can actually take like 5 years.
Correct.
Personally, I would say I've used my personal brand to get clients and customers for my web design business. I've also used the same to attract companies who have actually come and paid me to promote their products. Number 3, you can easily sell your digital products when you have a personal brand. Courses, ebooks, workshops, physical events, consultancies.
Correct.
You can easily sell when people know you for something. I will not come at niende tu just nitafute tu mtu. Like nowadays people are very selfish. They're like, why should I buy from you? But now instead of telling them please come and buy, you're trying to force them. How about you attract them?
And there is this aspect of learning sales. Sales encompasses you not necessarily selling directly,
of course,
but offering a solution,
of course, because
like there's something I like saying, and watu wamechoka kuuziwa. Like tell us something, then in the middle of you telling us something, you can tell us something. Instead of being straightforward, kujeni mununue, because people will be like, okay, Now, you have not told me what this thing is, what problem this thing is solving. You have come straight forward to sell it to me. So you're not proposing a solution. If you have proposed a solution, you leave the decision to buy with me. Now, personally, how I take advantage of the existing platforms is the fact that they are free. And if you don't take advantage of a free advertising base, there'll come a time it will be very expensive. Expensive in the sense that you were left out when people were learning how to use that specific platforms. Like there is something that really bugs me when it comes to advertising and all that, like how to use meta ads and all that. I remember when people were learning that skill, I was like, okay,
Nia nini.
So right now, people who are skilled in that, naonanga wakimake do, and I'm like, okay, enyewe ili nipita.
I was talking to a chick and I was telling her, help me with meta ads.
Yeah.
Consultation is 15,000.
You see? Straightforward. So now, taking advantage of when something is free, it doesn't mean that these platforms will become expensive or will become, a place that you pay to post. But it will become expensive. It will become expensive for you to hire a person who took their time to learn when the information was freely available. Now, when you want to learn that information, it will be expensive because you want to learn quickly. So that means you need to pay someone to learn. When I'm creating on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, or any other platform, I'm learning in the process. That means I will acquire knowledge as time goes by. That means even if I have paid by my time, I will leverage it on someone else who is not taking advantage of the freeness of it right now. So as long as these platforms are free, I'll continue leveraging them because I don't have to pay someone to show me how to use them.
Of course.
And when I say things are free and take advantage of them, doesn't mean in the future TikTok italipisha. No, but you'll have to pay someone to show you.
Exactly.
But if you start right now to leverage on the freeness of these things, your personal brand, you will craft a path that is authentic, first of all, and that's where we are going. The next thing we are going to talk about how to create an authentic brand, because it's not just a matter of creating a brand.
It's not just about creating.
You have to be authentic. So it being free, I'll take advantage of that and create and forge my own path. You can use some of the tactics that I have used, but you can never be Daddy Blessing.
Of course.
I can use some of the tactics that you have used, but I'll never be Elvis.
That's the thing.
Because there is a distinction. You took advantage of the freeness of the platform for you to explore. You posted maybe nonsensical videos to start with. I also did. And before now you niche down and find your own thing. The platform being free helps you to forge a path that you will follow that first of all will save you time and will give you more knowledge when it comes to doing or taking a decision that will influence the brand or the overall perception of what it is that you're selling to people. So now with the experience that you have in this nini, kuna kitu inaitangwa authenticity. How does someone stay authentic?
I think being authentic is, first of all, being a truthful person.
Yeah.
Many other times you see guys on TikTok or on any social media platform.
Yeah.
They're trying to showcase a certain lifestyle. They're basically lying.
Yes.
And you see, those lies, they live with those lies. Mpaka wanaona, hey, bila these lies, I cannot make money. You get? If you want to build a good personal brand, be truthful, be honest. Number 2, value. People need to, first of all, get value from you. It's not all the time that people have to, like you see, people don't need to see your expensive vehicle.
Yeah.
They also need to know how did you get that vehicle.
Correct.
And that is why you realize that, for me, I realized that in Kenya, you can either create content to entertain, educate, or empower.
Yeah.
Entertainment is the most. Education and empowerment,
Yeah.
haina watu wengi. And here we also have lifestyle-related content. Lifestyle-related content basically means that this particular individual is creating content only, all right, to showcase that they have a certain kind of a lifestyle. Sijui anaishi maisha fulani hivi.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is there any truthfulness about this particular person? Be, first of all, be very truthful. Number 2, be someone who offers value to people.
Yeah.
And finally, I think one of the things that has to be mentioned is consistency. If you're not loud enough, no one will listen to you.
Yeah.
If you don't share a message that is good enough to people, people will not actually get to listen to you.
Yeah.
So ideally, I think we have to, first of all, think about honesty or truthfulness. Number 2, value. And number 3, consistency.
Yeah.
There's this Jama, I don't know if you've seen this guy on TikTok. Anaekanga before he post any video, anasemanga ati customer niambie mahali ulipo. That guy who does like welding nini.
Yeah, anapiga gitaa na stima.
Bro, like that guy, first of all, me, I'm like, okay. This guy shows, like, he's built something that shows he's very authentic with his stuff. He's very truthful. He doesn't show you exquisiteness. Anakuonyesha like, listen, uko na kakeja, naweza kama ni kusort.
Yeah.
I think you've seen that. I see anaitwa Bana Metals or something. I like watching his stuff because say he puts it so easily that you have a personal brand. I have social media.
Yes.
And I can utilize social media content creation tips and tricks to actually get to make you buy something from him.
Yeah.
He's very truthful, very honest. Hakuonyeshi ati sijui mimi na dealingi na wasi high class.
Yeah.
Bro, customer, niambie mahali ulipo. I think you've seen that. Nitakuja. You get? That creates an impression.
Yeah.
And then I think, but one of the most important things I've come to learn is value. Bro, people don't want to have, I think a lot of content in Kenya is we are shoving this lifestyle related kind of content into people's throats. Watch
pressure.
Kuja uone bedsitter yangu venye I live in a, like, anytime you find these guys akihama anakuja na kuonyesha. What value does it give to you as a person?
Absolutely nothing.
Me, I remember there's a time I used to like think, unaona hizi videos za lifestyle. I bro, nilikuwa almost karibu kuanza kutengeneza video niwaonyeshe venye single room yangu iko. Venye sijui ka bedsitter kangu ni kiflash. Inatoka kitu fulani hapo hivyo. You get?
Yeah.
There's no benefit.
Yeah.
But now, what if you provided value to people? Value is the easiest way to actually grow a personal brand. Why is it that Safaricom will go for a person who has 15,000 followers and then ignore someone who has 1.5 million followers?
Speaking of which, when we talked about that value chain of nimeona mtu amecomment
alikasirika
ati hizo ni stories za jaba. Ati how can just that we can't mention names and put people's nini in jeopardy. People really need to understand there is something called niching down.
Yes.
When you niche down, if you are addressing a followership of 15,000 rich people, why won't big companies like Samsung or Safaricom trust you? Why would you think that Safaricom will only trust you just because of the numbers? And I saw that comment in a video that you posted of the snippet. People saying, hiyo story ya mse wa 14k ni story za jaba. Boss, kuja inbox ni kuonyesha ni nani hiyo naongelelea. So now, my take on how to stay authentic, when you're not struggling to do that thing, when it is coming out of you freely, when you don't have a lot of pressure to do it, maybe it doesn't make you push to limits that will make you live out of your way of life. That is what authenticity is. There's something, when it comes to creating a personal brand, there's something called consistency. What I've seen personally, the more you show up, the more people get used to you. There is a narrative, not even a narrative, not even a theory, it's a fact. People don't buy into something that is the best or the most, luxurious, or they buy into something that is well known. For you to create a personal brand that resonates with people, your consistency and how much you show up really matters. Because you can tell me you're competing with someone like Elvis, someone who posts like 5 videos a day. it's not a matter of quantity, but 5 videos that are rich with quality, and that is what his audience are looking for. Then there is you who posts one video. There's no problem about that. Mostly I post one video, but in you're posting something that is inconsistent with your messaging. Something is off. Today you're posting about this, tomorrow you're posting the other thing. Consistency in the matter of how much you show up, and when you show up the same. We don't expect Elvis tomorrow to be a political analyst,
of course,
because we are not used to you being that. Your personal brand doesn't permit you to do that. But every once in a while you can talk about matters that are affecting this nation, because you are a Kenyan also. But that is not your main thing. You can talk about that issue because that is what, that is the pressing issue at that moment. But you're not supposed to entirely change your messaging to deal with something that is trending at the moment, and you forget how or what your brand is truly based on. So when it comes to being consistent, I really advocate for someone showing up more often, and when you show up the same person. Don't show up differently. Don't leave us in a dilemma of deciding what does this person really do.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when it comes to consistency, what's your take? Because now personally I've given out like how I view and how I see consistency as.
I think consistency is one of the things that you need to show up to get known.
Correct.
You need to be someone who is like relevant. And actually, the reason as to why most people actually don't, they are not able to build proper personal brands is because you're not consistent. You tell someone you cannot be posting 3 times a week and expect that by the end of the year you have 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
You can't expect that by the time you're posting your 10th video, you'll already have gotten a client. In fact, like I normally, up to this point on TikTok, I have created over 2,400 videos. That is in a period of 2 years and like 5 months.
Yeah.
2,400. That means I'm posting like 3 to 5 times per day. And you see, the good thing about short form content is that it doesn't take you long to shoot. You can even shoot when you're in your vehicle. You can even shoot when you're in a hotel. Consistency is very important. How you put your message out there, how people actually get to see you and resonate with you is very important.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
Steve Simple Boy.
Yeah.
Murphy, Mushkila. If there's a guy who's been able to understand how to stay relevant with everything that is happening today. Niliona juzi kwa podcast fulani akisema ati ananyesha. Ati Steve has been asked about relationships.
I think for him, what he did, maybe to cut you short, is people really associated him with, being not that serious and all that. Then he took advantage of that.
Exactly. You see, even me, like I remember there's a time I used to create videos. And then I was like, before you create any video, is it a video about you or does it benefit your audience?
Yeah.
Huwezi enda mahali watu wanakulanga mbuzi, uwauzie ng'ombe.
Correct.
Unaona?
Correct.
Huwezi enda utafute ati uanze kupikia watu nyama fry na nini. Na watu wanataka mahindi choma.
Yeah.
Listen to the people first. What is it that they are most interested about? And then now consistently deliver on that message.
Absolutely.
I mean, this guy is able to create some weird stuff hivo too. And then all of a sudden, imekuwa ngoma.
And by the way, when we say listen to the people, we don't mean just anyone. In this context, we mean your audience.
Yes, those people you're targeting.
Yeah, listen to the people.
And if we actually were able to think like that, at the end of the day, you might actually find yourself building a personal brand that is proper.
Yeah.
But being consistent allows you to share your message across social media platforms. Like if I like using an example of Vusi Thembekwayo.
Yeah.
I used to watch this guy in 2019.
Yeah.
This guy has released a podcast on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's on LinkedIn, Instagram. Like every day.
Yeah.
There's another guy. This is my idol.
Yeah.
Diary of a CEO. Stephen Butler.
Yeah.
This guy, if you check TikTok yake, there's something.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, there's something. YouTube, there's something.
Twice a week, actually.
Why do you think a company like Adobe would ignore all other people and go to him?
The consistency, he's showing up.
And the quality of his audience.
Yeah.
Bro, kama kuna mse naangalianga and I'm like, oh my. And the guy is pretty young. He's in 30s. He's in 30s, yeah? And you realize that he's been able to build a very good personal brand. He's built businesses behind it.
Yeah.
You get? He's been in the Lions Den ama ni gani? Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, yeah.
I mean, this dude, like, nani hiyo tu personal brand.
Forbes 30 under 30.
Like, I normally also see this other guy. Nani? I'll use some global examples. Gary V. You've seen how Gary V started. When the social media started coming up, he was telling people, please spend some few minutes a day. Just create something. Shoot a video. Let people know you for something. And be very consistent about it.
Yeah.
And there's another guy called Neil Patel. Talks about digital marketing. I mean, if you just listen to those guys, they're always telling you, just make your message consistent on social media. Bro, I made my first good payout from social media nikashtuka. I used to talk about skills. Nimeongea about skills, then one day I said, by the way, I got an idea from a business consultant. And they told me, how about you try and monetize your
audience.
You've created very many videos.
Yeah.
Akaniambia, just create a program and invite people and to be part of it. So I just said, nitaita 5 a.m. challenge. Where I'll come and tell people it's 10 days of you just come and you become very consistent. In fact, our good director over here was part of it. I was able to get 350 people.
Wow.
Nanalipisha how much? 1,500.
Wow.
I Buddha, immediately laptop, sikuwa nayo. If I had any debt, I cleared.
Yes.
After all that, naka hivi najiuliza, wait. Yani this is all because of social media. This is all because of creating content. And mind you, I'm doing this in my Kakona house. Mahali kwa Kakona. A desk and a laptop.
Yeah.
Just that.
And you're not conning anyone and saying that you're charging because there is value.
Yes.
At least we can see the fruit of what came out of the 5 a.m. challenge.
Course.
And actually that's something very interesting because you came out, presented a product that is in alignment with whatever it is that you do. So whoever signed up for the 5 a.m. challenge and took upon what you shared, some of them we are with them here.
Of course.
Yeah.
And anyway, I mean, that's the most important thing. And according to you, I've mentioned a few successful personal brands.
Yeah.
What would you probably say?
My number one go-to is always PBD, Patrick Bet-David, the guy from Valuetainment.
Yes.
How he has built his brand and shifting from military to insurance, then selling that insurance company to a crazy figure, like $300 million, then now branching off to entertainment. Valuetainment in itself, for those that don't know, and by the way, you should follow PBD.
Me, I listen to him all the time.
Every day they have a podcast. He's Vusi Thembekwayo, combined with who can we equate? Do you know
Stephen Bartlett?
Yeah. He's both a CEO, a mentor, and also a person who is in the field. He's a doer. He's not only telling us to do or selling us a course like I would give an example of Iman Ganzi. I love the guy, but sometimes it's hard to place where his practicality of things is.
But let me tell you something about Iman.
Yeah.
I've been watching the guy, and let me honestly, he's very young by the way. He's pretty young. And I'll say, like, he's been able to niche out and understand how to use his audience to make money.
Exactly.
As long as it's legal.
Yeah.
Me normally say, if someone can buy,
please sell.
Just sell.
Yeah.
There's a buyer out there.
So now, when it now comes to, for a person who is a doer like me, I would tend to be more inspired by PBD rather than Iman, because I see what Patrick Bet-David is doing. I've been following his investment portfolios. Where he's investing, he's going to say, he's a minority owner of a football, American football club. And American football is a big thing when you hear about Super Bowl,
hii yenye wanafukuzanga kampira yenye wanashinda mebeba kampira kana
ni rugby lakini hawataki kuita rugby. Ni rugby yenye iko na security mingi.
I think is rugby that is wanavanga hadi is a protective garment.
Yeah.
Hadi najiuliza kwani Kenya hii yetu.
Yeah, so now when you see such a person making those moves internationally, you'll get inspired. Someone else who inspires me a lot, and he's in the same field that I am in, he's a Kenyan called Eugene Bugwa.
Oh yeah. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
very important.
Eugene is very young. He's turning 34 this year. When you listen to his story, he's turning 34. He's been in the industry for 15 years.
Bro, 19 alikuwa shaanza job.
He had a TV show at the age of 21. A complete TV show. How he does business. His company, DNR, Documentary and Reality TV, they have shot probably the most successful TV shows ever done in Kenya. We have another person, she's a female, Just Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
When you listen to her, I haven't really followed her by the virtue of her.
Just Ivy is brilliant, let me say.
But she is brilliant. When you listen to her, I came across her works one time when I was listening to a session at CTA. I listened to her a very long interview. I had a lot of time to waste at that time. So I listened to her and how she thinks and how she approaches business. So I don't draw inspiration from many people, but I make sure the people that I draw inspiration from are very solid people in the industry that I want to venture in. So someone like PBD, when I need to, especially matters branding, branding yourself, because he's a go-getter. When he ventures into entertainment, he goes hard at it. When he ventures into investment, he goes hard. You can imagine someone selling a company that he has operated for maybe 10 years, selling it at $300 million. And now becoming also a minority shareholder of one of the biggest American football clubs. That is something that is actionable. His company is shooting big budget movies. He has an app called Minect. Tumemsifu sana. But that's where
that's where you draw your inspiration.
Yeah. So now, among all those things that we've talked about, they are all good when it comes to creating a personal brand. But most of the time, people miss it. And there are some things that people, miss and makes them lose all that, even if they've worked so hard for it. And personally, I would argue that there's something called overestimating your influence.
Of course.
And your personal brand, if you don't know the people that you're targeting or the people that you appeal to, you think everyone listens to you.
Yep, true.
And that is why you'll find yourself working with any kind of company, working with every sorts of people, because you think you can bring them clients, because quote unquote everyone listens to me. So there are so many things that people can do to lose their brands that they have worked for. But personally, I think the biggest and the most prominent that I've seen is overestimating your influence. So what do you think? What are some of the things that will make people, like, even though you've worked for your brand so hard and you've built a personal brand, you lose it within a split second?
One of the things I would say is, and I think this one is a major issue, is putting your personal life out there. I've seen people get depressed because everyone knows everything about you. Yeah. So you have a husband, you have a wife.
Yes.
You have kids. You put them out there.
Yeah.
You've built a very good personal brand. One day everything comes crumbling down. That boyfriend or girlfriend you had decides that, you've decided to leave me. I have some few...
Niko na evidence
fulani naweza weka hapa.
Tuko na evidence. Iko kwa karatas.
Someone takes... Probably you've taken some erotic photos with your partner.
Yeah.
Then someone decides that I'll share them with a certain blog. These blogs will be like, bring it.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Associating yourself with people and putting your personal life out there. And then you can have a brand that is personal, but that brand is also pegged to someone else.
Yeah.
You have a
Interesting.
Mukiachana.
Oof.
I'll give an example
Yeah.
of this guy called Trevor.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. When
There's a direct correlation of why you should separate your personal brand.
life and your brand.
Bro, like, honestly, let me tell you, if you have to bring in your partner into your brand,
yes,
let it be very specific.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the brand.
Yes.
So whatever kind of things that you do behind me, that's yours.
Yes.
But when we show up,
you show us as a brand.
For the brand.
Yeah.
Because it gets messy.
True.
And that's why, like, for me, I always do my things personally. I like to put my personal life like it's mine. What you see online is a graphic designer, web designer, skills guy. That's enough.
Yeah.
You can imagine someone, you see, you've seen people put mostly their partners out there, their friends, and then these same people, they have something to share about you. If you can remember, there was a time back, I don't want to mention names, some few years back, there was this musician who was actually, two of them, they were actually accused of.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was shocked to hear that the friends of this Jama recorded him speaking some nasty things and leaked that information.
Yeah.
Bro, that guy has never rose up again.
You die with it, your brand dies. And
completely.
Well, so...
And I think finally, watch what you say.
Very true.
Bro,
Very
watch
true.
what you say. Me, like, I'm very careful about what I say on social media. Because let me tell you, it only takes a slip of the tongue. And I also don't like being personal. And you need to also be... In Itango, you need to be careful with what you talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like talking about issues pertaining to women, children, healthcare.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Thank you. And I think also, as we come to a close, adding on what you've just said, speaking on things that you're not well endowed on will kill your brand on arrival. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do. That's a guarantee. If you speak with authority to some extent on something that you don't know, it won't take a lot of time before it catches up with you.
You're going to crumble very fast.
Well, that is episode 5 of the EE Power Talk. My name is Eli. See you in the next one.
My name is Elvis. See you in the next one.
All right.